All right, so what do you find here at Leland? Well, you find just about anything you want if you are willing to work hard enough. A lot of fossils like this here. It is fossilicious for sure. I like that. It's got some epidote in it. It is trying to be a unikite, and maybe it is. It's kind of an attractive stone, so I think I'll keep that. There's a lot of filler stone, leverites, some beautiful chert, another unikite there. I'll take that. Epidote, that green stands out. When I first heard about Leland Blue, I thought, well, I've got to find some Leland Blue. So I found a bunch of stuff like this. I mean, right away, just found tons of it. And I thought, wow, that wasn't hard. And the only thing is, that's chert that's stained. So it's here by the tons, and a lot of other places too. But it's not Leland Blue, the classical idea of what people are looking for with the slag that they find. Now here's a piece of slag. Now it's not blue, but it's slag, and the way you tell is by the little tiny bubbles that are glassy looking. There's a nice little piece of cladophora, I believe. I'll save that for the glamour shot. Stinkstones. Favicite. Cladophora. And that's horn coral right there. This is kind of interesting. It appears to be some favicite, but it's got some interesting staining, so that for sure is going to go home with me. It might get polished. Of course, I've got pretty rock syndrome. I'm going to pick up some pretty rocks, that's for sure. And that looks a little bit fossilicious. Right there, if you can see that. This, to me, I picked it up because I thought it looked like Biff, banded iron formation. I'll find out when I get home. Here's a little Paskki stone that's almost ground away to nothing, but it's a Paskki nonetheless. Because the wave action is almost non-existent, it means I have to work a little bit harder to find what I want. So I just kind of scan through the water. I love how clear it is right now. Find something that looks interesting. You're probably going to have to dig a little bit. But then there have been other days when I've come and the Paskki stones are just rolling right up to your feet. Okay, see that green right there? Epidote does come in different shades. Go out a little bit deeper. I don't know what that is, but I suppose I'll take it home. Oh, it says I love you. Oh, I love you too. So there's the color that you find most Paskki stones. Chert. Try a little deeper. All right, in this batch, we have a little bit of banded chert, a blondie, and then some favicite. That's decent. And then a Paskki stone, not a great one, but unakite. Not a great one. That's gnarly looking. Rocks doing what rocks do. Does that ring fit? Man, that was a big guy. Yeah, I like that. I'm guessing favicite. It's pretty hard to tell with this one. We'll take it. Unremarkable. Although I do like this red rock. That kind of looks like quartzite. There's a little bullseye. A little red bullseye. No glass. And no Leland Blue. But I go out farther than what most people do. Unless I want to put on my snorkeling gear. That would be different. All right, let's see what we've got. There's a lot of jasper in there, I would say. Some nice quartz with some red staining. Granitoid. Has the look, doesn't it? Also has the look, but no dice. Not what we really want. What do we want? We want something that will blow our mind. That would be a ring neck, no, not a ring neck, a ring bill gull right there. Okay, do I have to go deeper still? I like the way that's eroded. It's really cool. Not cool enough though. I like the look of it. that's pretty. You don't find fossils in basalt. There's kind of some interesting ones. There's a little piece of a Paskki stone. Sometimes it's like, maybe we better save all these little Paskis before they become sand. That's just a gnarly little piece. I want to cut that open and see what maybe that has inside of it. Interesting piece of conglomerate. And here's a nice piece of sandstone. Jacobsville, maybe? And we've got a duplex rock. I guess that's nice, right? GNEISS. Cold water agate is what we want. And here comes the sun. Okay, now we're talking a little bit better grade of unikite. It's a little prettier than what we've been finding. Let's see what's in this batch of potluck. Some more of that blue stained chert. You kind of have to turn everything over just to make sure. Nothing, honey. In this latest batch, I just said a few minutes ago that we were wanting a cold water agate, and man, that comes awfully close to it right there. I think, in fact, that is one. Self-organizing lines, and it's fossilicious. It's like a favicite that's been silica replaced. And we have our cold water agate that we wanted. A little bit of quartz. Anything else here? That's not a great cold water agate, but it is one, at least in my opinion, for sure. More of that blue stained chert. If you want a piece of chert, just look for something that's blue, at least here, not other places. Going for that red rock down there. Oh wow. And we live in a remarkable place where we can come to an area like this and find beautiful rocks like that. I always try to pick up a pink rock for my wife. That's a piece of rhyolite, I believe, and that is a stroma. I call it stroma because you've got stromatoporoids and you've got stromatolites, and I think that's how you say it. So anyway, stroma works for me. See that formation? Ancient sponge, really, is what we've got there. And right here, granitoid. That's cool. Now that looks more like just siltstone or sandstone. Diagonal banding, something disturbed it at one point. And that is fossilicious, just not delicious. You know, I'm looking for something yummy. Something that will blow our mind. The best thing so far is that little bit of cold water agate. I think that's really cool. Somebody might say, hey, why don't you get one of those scoops on pole? Well, as long as I'm able to do the bending, I'm going to keep doing it. It's good exercise. Get rid of the ugly ducklings. Sometimes horn coral hides and stuff like that. Oh, here come the waves. Rhyolite. That's fossilicious. One thing I haven't found very much of at this point is crinoids. Okay, Waves, you can go back to the way you were before. The way we were. Okay. That's another stroma, but it's a cool one. It's one of the best I've ever found. I like it. That's a good find. Granite. Granite. Foliated. Trying out that word, foliated. I think I know what it means. Nothing. This is a red rock day. I like it. Unikite. That's a nice size. Could make jewelry out of that. Well, in this scoop I did find a fairly decent Paskki stone. I saw it when I was out in the water, and okay, I'm not going to risk losing it since it's the first, a little bit bigger one that I've found. So we'll keep that for a little while. We may not keep it forever. That's interesting. All brecciated. What do we have here? Nothing, honey. Well, there's another little tiny Paskki stone. Some cladophora. I believe that is a nice little piece of Leland Blue, although it's a little more purplish. This, that's pretty gorgeous there. I'm not even sure what to call that, but a couple more little fossilicious pieces. Small stuff, but still kind of interesting. Clouds are moving in, but I'm going to head on out. I believe that's a big chunk of Leland Blue. It's a nice size piece. And Paskki, nothing. Paskki, favicite, crinoid. And this looks very agatized, but it's cold water agate. It is. Looks like horn coral that's been agatized, and maybe a little bit of cladophora there. I think I'm going to call it quits. That's probably one of the major finds of the day. I'll ask somebody about it, and they'll say, "Oh no, that's not Leland Blue. You better let me throw it away for you." All right, what I want to do here is I just want to do a little test. This is a rare earth magnet, and I want to find out if this is attracted to the magnet. And of course it is. You can easily see that it is. Whether it is banded iron formation, you know, that remains to be seen. Here's another little piece that I picked up. Has kind of a nice blue purplish look. Oh yeah, a little bit of iron in that. Here's another piece that I showed on the video a little bit ago. Yep. Leland Blue that we pick up probably should have a little bit of iron in it, because after all, this is a byproduct of the process of smelting iron. They experimented with different kinds of wood and different process to get what they wanted. And this is another piece that, yeah, it is attracted to it. Not as much, but it is. And then this piece, yeah, this end is, maybe not so much, this end too, but really more at this end. You can feel the tug. There you go. Leland Blue with a little bit of INOR in it. Well, this was a fun beach to visit. I highly recommend Leland. The 3 beaches they have there are fantastic. And even a little bit south of there, if you need a place to stay, Jolly Lodge is my absolute favorite place to stay in Michigan. It is fantastic, and you wouldn't believe the Paskki stones that are right there on their beach. Amazing, just amazing. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great time out there looking for rocks and fossils and minerals and whatever else you're interested in.